Last period's index numbers is also called a base year weight. Index number for base period is always fixed is 100. Current year weighted index number is also called a patches. In chain based method the base year is previous year. In chain based method the base period is changed. Pn over P naught multiplied by 100 is equal to price relative. This is a formula of the price relative Pn over P naught multiplied by 100, which is considered to be the most suitable average for the computing index number is known. Fisher index number is Laspeyres index numbers multiplied by Patch's index number contain a square root. Index numbers are called economic barometers. In fixed base method, the base period should be normal. In a fixed base method, the base period should be normal. Price index numbers calculate change is price and quantity. Price index numbers calculate change is price and quantity. Index numbers are divided into two types, simple and composite index numbers. Index numbers are divided into two types, simple and composite index numbers. An index number is called a simple index number when it ideal with single variable. If all the values of the equal importance, the index numbers are called unweighted. If all the values of equal importance, the index number are called unweighted, and if all the values are not equal importance, then the index number is called weighted. An index number which indicates the relative change in a single variable with respect to a base, this is called a simple index number. The most suitable average in a connection with index number is called a geometric mean. Price relative is the percentage ratio of the base year and current year. Link relative is the percentage ratio of the current year price and the preceding year weight. Link relative is the percentage ratio of the current year price and the preceding year price. An index number constructed to measure the relative change in a price of the commodity or a group of the commodity is called a price index number. Index number constructed to measure the relative change in a quantity or a volume is called a quantity index number. Quantity index number is used to measure the relative change in a quantity or a volume. In aggregate index numbers, we use both price and quantity. In aggregate index number, we use the both price and quantity. When all the values are not of equal importance, then this is called a weighted index number. And when all the values have equal importance, this is called a unweighted index number. Index numbers for base period is always fixed. This is 100. The price of the wheat are to be compared by quantity index numbers. Import and export of the Pakistan is an example of composite index number. In chain based method, the base period is not fixed. Other name of the consumer price index number is a cost of living index number. Other name of the consumer price index number is a cost of living index number. A normal year should be free from all of above. The formula used in a fixed base method is a Pn divided by P naught multiplied by 100. The formula used in a chain based method in Pn over Pn minus 1 multiplied by 100. The formula which is used in a fixed base method Pn over P naught multiplied by 100, and the formula used in a chain based method is Pn over Pn minus 1 multiplied by 100. If a price of the current year is divided by the price of the fixed particular year, the result will be simple relative. Price relatives computed by chain based method is called a link relative. Consumer price index numbers are obtained by the Lespier's formula. Consumer price index numbers are obtained by the Lespier's formula. Aggregate expenditure method and family budget method always give the same result. Aggregative and the expenditure method and family budget method always give the same result. Lespier's index numbers is also called a base year weight index number. Patches index number is also called a current year weight index number. Lespier's and the patches index numbers are called a weight index number. Current year quantities are used as weighted in patches index number. Which one is the ideal index number? Fisher index number. An experiment of the 3 coins are tossed has a sample points 8. जब हम 3 coins को टॉस करते हैं तो उसका जो सैम्पल पॉइंट आपके पास आता है वो कितना आता है? 8 आता है. द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एन इवेंट ऑलवेज लाइज बिटवीन, किसी भी इवेंट की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है वो लाइज करती है 0 और +1 के दरमियान. द प्रोबेबिलिटी इज मेजर ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी. When 2 coins are tossed, the possible outcomes are 4. The probability of sure even is a 1. Sure even की जो probability हमेशा वो क्या होती है? 1 होती है. If the probability of A is 0.17, then the probability of A bar is 0.30. For 2 mutually exclusive events A and B, probability of A is 0.70 and the probability of B is 0.30, then the probability of A union B will be 1. 4 books can be arranged in a shelf is a 24 ways. The probability of a black card from the pack of 52 cards is a 1/2. The value of the probability cannot be greater than unity. When 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, the probability of the one head is 1/2. If n coins are tossed, the possibility outcomes are a 2n. The complete sample space is also called a sure event. The idea of the probability was first applied in a gambling games in France. Today, the applications of the theory of the probability is the most important in making decisions is all above. N factorial is denoted by n factorial. N plus 2 factorial is n plus 2 into n plus 1 into n factorial. 3 objects can be arranged in a 6 ways. The total number of the possible combinations of a set of different objects taken are at a time is denoted by the NCR. NCR is n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. A set having 0 as its element is called a singleton set. 2 books are to be selected at a random without replacement. Out of 4 books, the number of the possible selections are 6. 3 books of the different colors are to be arranged in a bookshelf. The possible arrangement is 6. A set consisting of all the elements under the consideration is called a universal set. A set consisting of all the elements under the consideration is called phi. Set having elements in a common are called overlapping sets. Set having elements in a common is called overlapping sets. The set A is a subset of set B if every element of A is an element of B. We use the symbol A. ताती सेट है B का. The union of the two sets is denoted by कि 2 सेट्स का जो यूनियन उसको हम डिनोट करते हैं A यूनियन B से. The intersection of the two sets is denoted by A तकातो B. An act or the process of obtaining an observation is called experiment. If an experiment provides different results under the essentially identical condition, it is called a random experiment. A set of all the possible outcomes of the random experiment is called a sample space. Any subset of a sample space is called an event. An event that contains more than one sample point is called a compound event. When die is rolled, all possible outcomes are 6. When 2 dice are rolled, all possible outcomes are 36. When n dice are rolled, the possible sample points in the sample space is 6 raised to power n. When 2 coins are tossed, the possible outcomes are 4. If 3 coins are tossed, the possible outcomes is 8. If n coins are tossed, the possible outcomes is 2 raised to power n. If two events A and B cannot occur together, then they are mutually exclusive. If two events A and B have the same chance to occur, then they are equally likely. If A and B mutually exclusive events, probability of the A is 0.25 and the probability of the B is 0.50, then probability of A union B will be 0.75. The probability of an event always lies between the values 0 and 1. Probability of A union B, probability of A plus probability of B if A and B are a mutually exclusive event. The probability of the appearing a tail when a fair coin is tossed 1/2. The probability of the drawing a queen from the well-shelved pack of the 52 playing cards is 4/52. If two cards are drawn at random from the standard deck of the cards, the number of the possible sample points in the 32/6. 1326. The probability of the drawing a jack from the deck of the card is 1/13. The probability of the selecting a jack club from a deck of the card is 1/52. The probability of the getting exactly one head when two coins are tossed is 2/4. 5 cards are selected at a randomly is the deck of 52 is 52C5. A fair coin is tossed 200 times, the expected number of the heads is 100. When 2 dice are rolled, the maximum total on the two faces of the dice will be 36. If A and B are the independent events, then probability of A का तो B बराबर है probability of A dot probability of B. If a probability of A over B which is equal to probability of A and the probability of B over A which is equal to probability of B, then the events A and B are said to be independent. If probability of A is 0.4 and the probability of the B is 0.3, then the probability of A का तो B is 0.12, then events A and B are said to be independent. Probability of an event can never be negative. The conditional probability of P into A over B is probability of A का तो B divided by probability of B.